Well, let me tell you about this COVID. I mean, you know that shit was planned. They weren't done perfecting it yet, but to stop Trump, they played their hand. See, COVID gets the credit for nearly every death, and that mask gets a toxic petri dish created from your own breath. Vaccines have always harmed us, and the new ones harm us still. They're combining tech with RNA, and they plan to track and kill. Mankind has reached a peak, and our usefulness expired. The elite have chosen who to keep, and the rest will be retired. See, the conspiracies are true. To call them theory, that's a lie. People choose to ignore the proof, and here's the reason why. Their lies are believed by the massive majority because living is hell in distrust of authority. So they say to themselves, no, this can't be true. And what if it was? What the hell could I do? So I'd rather be happy and blissfully blind with love and compassion and peace for mankind, And even Donald Trump is bitten off chunks, and he chews and he swallows the words from those punks. And as they erode our potential and squander our worth until death is desired over hell on this earth, those elite who survive, those who plan man's reduction, think they increase their worth, yet they face sure destruction. You see, for whatever motive their actions seem given, what's left of man cannot be forgiven. The atrocities committed, too vile to excuse, prove that those left are compelled to abuse. So to trust, they cannot. Knowing how they remain, see, they wiped out their own race. A common flaw infects their brain. When we were there, the polite society, they had to put on an act. But with that pretense gone, man, contempt is a fact. And each time they try to interact, their loathing will shine through. And time will decide when and where, but that instinct will come true. And though they sought to improve man, to eliminate the weak, compassion is man's greatest strength, and without it, life is bleak. And as genetic degradation increases exponential, mankind shrivels to a shell that lacks the existential. Can those machines remain functional through our destined demise? Perhaps they precede us, and Earth is their disguise. We are just animals. Instincts govern our actions. Attempts to divine purpose provide ample distractions. But we create this entity, this processing master. Knowing its completion is man's final disaster. Because we are each just a cell, each face non-existence, but this thing called life, man, it has unending persistence. From Fibonacci to the fractal, complexity so simple. Shrimp with 13 rods and cones, or the pus and the pimple, all energy attempts to live, consciousness the goal. Virus, fungus, bacteria, cells, all have their purposed role. And then there's quantum entanglement, electrons connected. We exploit this physics oddity, but I call it life force perfected, this representation that energy has motivation and agendized proclivity for self-preservation. And on such a small scale, this predilection observed explains the rationality that, yes, energy is conserved, but yet self-examination, a preponderance of evidence, casually discounted. We are the chief residents, the pinnacle of life force, trillions in one, a universe exacted. Now, boy, ain't that fun.